Hi, it's Nancy. I'm on my way to Washington to proudly represent the people of San Francisco in Congress. I'm honored to do so, to share our San Francisco values. Thank you for giving me that honor.
Nancy Pelosi recently stirred conversation on social media after posting an unsettling video that's raised eyebrows from both admirers and critics alike. In a move that seems to reflect her characteristic blend of defiance and candor, she left her audience with more questions than answers while sparking debate over its timing and tone. Pelosi's post, coming on the heels of various personal and political challenges, has been dissected by pundits who see it either as a bold statement or ill-advised misstep in today's polarized climate. The unsettling post. What happened?
Brad, the video caused quite a stir on social media. I just felt like she couldn't even keep her eyes open. Many claim that she looked drunk and exhausted. What is going on?
Look, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if she's drunk,
In a digitally charged era, every public figure's actions are scrutinized under a magnifying glass, and Nancy Pelosi is no exception. Recently, Pelosi uploaded a video that immediately generated a flurry of reactions online. The visual featured ambiguous imagery paired with an offbeat tone, prompting social media users to question its intent and message. For some, the video symbolized a daring form of political commentary, a way to challenge conventional expectations by mixing humor with a touch of mystique. For others, it was seen as a departure from the calculated messaging that has long been associated with Pelosi's political career. The subtle yet deliberately open-ended narrative in her video encouraged viewers to speculate about hidden meanings and potential criticisms of the current political discourse. Critics have been vocal in noting that the post could be interpreted as commentary on the unpredictability of modern political communication, especially when the lines between personal and professional platforms are increasingly blurred. The strategic ambiguity of the video has spurred debate about authenticity, intentional provocation, and the risks involved in straying from well-trodden political rhetoric. Ultimately, the incident encapsulates how public figures like Pelosi are forced to navigate an environment where every word and every gesture becomes a part of a larger, often uncontrollable narrative. Echoes of the past. Pelosi's political journey. Nancy Pelosi's storied career in American politics spans decades, marked by groundbreaking achievements and moments of controversy. From her rise as the first female Speaker of the House to her decisive role in major legislative victories, Pelosi has consistently been in the limelight. Her political narrative is woven with instances of resilience and strategic maneuvering, qualities that have cemented her legacy in a highly competitive arena. But it's this very mosaic of past triumphs and contentious decisions that now frames the context in which her recent video is being interpreted. Critics recall moments when her measured, policy-driven rhetoric was the norm, and her communications exuded the gravitas expected of a seasoned leader. But this new, unsettling post projects a different facet of her persona, one that appears more spontaneous and unfiltered. Commentators have speculated whether this deviation is an effort to rebrand or merely an offhand expression of her true feelings amid recent personal challenges. This includes her well-documented health struggles and the pressures of rapidly shifting political climates. The legacy of Pelosi is one of constant reinvention. Her career encapsulates the evolving role of women in politics and the burden of expectation that comes with being a trailblazer. Observers note that the unexpected tone of the video might be a symbolic nod to a changing landscape, one where traditional political decorum is giving way to bolder, more individualized expressions. The ripple effect. Media and public reaction.
If she's just had too much Botox that it's now reached her lips and she can't speak. I mean, but honestly, to me, you almost feel bad for her. She is ancient at this point. And the fact that she's still in Congress, it's like, how do we not have term limits or some sort of age maximum? You know, we have a minimum age. You have to be a certain age to be a member of Congress or to be president, but there's no maximum. And you just the same way that people, when they're too young, their brains can be mushy. Well, no shame in aging. It happens to all of us if we're lucky. But at a certain point, it can happen at the other end as well.
The immediate fallout from Pelosi's video has been a whirlwind of media commentary and public discourse. Across cable news networks, social media platforms, and opinion columns, commentators have been quick to analyze every nuance of the video, drawing parallels to other controversial moments in political history. Traditional media outlets have dedicated extensive airtime to discussing the potential ramifications of the post, speculating about whether it marks a new chapter in Pelosi's communication strategy or is simply a one-off anomaly. Social media, in its characteristic style, exploded with memes, hashtags, and hot takes, each reflecting a range of emotions from amusement to dismay. Political pundits have argued that such incidents are symptomatic of a broader trend where political figures increasingly use unconventional media to connect with voters or distract from more pressing issues. Some analysts suggest that by leveraging an unconventional format, Pelosi might be attempting to bypass the filtered narratives of mainstream media, effectively speaking directly to a segment of the populace that thrives on digital spontaneity. Meanwhile, her critics contend that her choice of communication might risk alienating long-stand supporters who expect a certain decorum from someone of her stature. Unsettling or Ingenious, the debate on authenticity. At the heart of the controversy lies a debate about authenticity versus performance. Some supporters argue that Pelosi's unorthodox video is a breath of fresh air, a genuine, unscripted moment that breaks through the institutional monotony often associated with seasoned politicians. They say that her willingness to experiment with her public image is a sign of adaptability, an essential trait in an era where voters increasingly demand honesty and relatable content from their leaders. But detractors assert that such a departure undermines the gravitas traditionally expected of high-ranking officials. These critics question whether the unsettling nature of the content is a calculated move to garner attention or a lapse in judgment that detracts from her long-established legacy of measured decision-making. The authenticity debate is further fueled by comparisons with past political figures who embraced radical forms of communication in times of national or personal crisis. As experts dissect the video's stylistic elements and contextual relevance, the central question remains: is this an ingenious but risky pivot towards a more connected, modern form of political dialogue, or is it an unsettling miscalculation that dilutes the seriousness of her public office? Digital footprints and the future of political communication.
In that video, and I don't know if it's the toll from the Democrats' loss, if it was when they finally got rid of Joe Biden. I mean, everything has gone wrong for the Democrats in the last 12 months, but they brought it upon themselves, and Nancy Pelosi was one of them to blame as well.
The emergence of Pelosi's provocative video offers a window into the transformation of political communication in the digital age. Traditional methods of political discourse, which once relied on carefully crafted speeches and press releases, are being reshaped by the immediacy and reach of online platforms. Digital media has ushered in an era when even subtle deviations from expected behavior can generate significant public interest and media buzz. Pelosi's recent post is a case study in this evolution, demonstrating how a single clip can spark an avalanche of commentary and debate across multiple channels. The digital footprint not only influences public perception in the short term, but also may have lasting implications for political branding and messaging. For future leaders, the lessons drawn from Pelosi's experience are clear. Authenticity in a digital age may involve risk, but it also holds the potential for innovative ways to engage voters. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think Nancy Pelosi's unsettling video marks a bold era in political communication, or was it simply a risky misstep? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.